Hello, welcome back to another episode of Kerbal Space Program. It's been about a week since I recorded, so let me quickly check the status and just summarize what we did last time. We launched the mission to the asteroid, and let's see what kind of contracts we have open. 2 rescues from Kerbin orbit. That's probably why the rescue craft is rolling out. And to return the asteroid, that's not happening now. Fly above the moon with 2 tourists. We already have the re-entry maneuver node, so they're on their way back. We have a landing on Minmus with 2 tourists. They have their mid-course correction, I believe. Yes, from Kerbin to Minmus, okay. So, oh wait, that's this one. Okay, so they have the mid-course correction going on. We have the 3 satellites around Minmus. Let me check, the satellite is still building, so they will not happen today. And tourists to visit an asteroid, again, not happening soon. And we have somebody in need of rescue around on the surface of Minmus. I also don't think this will happen today. So let's see what else. It's still 6 days out. That's just some construction. MunTourist, T-craft. Okay. Well, we will see. The rescue around Minmus, maybe we will wait for somebody else in need of rescue from Minmus before we launch there. This pro and this pro scrap. I don't want to recover a 0.3 ton something. Although it's a fairly decent chunk of money. Could be interesting, but I don't think so. Not right now. Or do we want to accept the mission? How long do we have? 11 years. Well, we would certainly be able to do it within 11 years. Well, why not? We can think about how we do that. Let's check out what it is. Or at least where it is. We can't check out what it is until we are there. So, Lisbro scrap. That's roughly on the South Pole. Well, not quite, but pretty far south. And the other guy, Neland, is quite opposite. Which is really not an issue in Minmus weak gravity field, sorry. Because we can just land there and then go there via polar orbit and pick it up. The major difficulty is designing a craft which is able to do that. And shall we try to do that? We need something that can land on Minmus and pick up something that is landed on Minmus. So let's say we use the MunTourist, the craft that as the base, the craft which we have been using for all of this for quite a while. And as you can see, it doesn't have any lateral engines. And if we check the top stage, it has only 1000 meters per second delta V. And if we add 0.3 tons to this, so 3 tons, something like this. And it's only 937, which isn't too bad. all said and done. So that should still get us from Minmus to orbit, and back to Kerbin if we manage to attach it correctly. Just a second. But again, we would need something that has, let's remove this for a moment. Something that has, first of all, the claw. So we can actually grab something, unless we want to use something different, like a... do we have any of these yet? No, we don't have any movable parts yet, so definitely the claw, either that or we need a docking port, and I definitely want a docking port at the end. And let's say let's just try to see with a claw and what it would look like. I'm pretty sure it's awful. We could use the small one. I want this anyway. That's... oh wait, that's the wrong way around, right? This expands like that. Yeah. Not useful, we need a proper claw. Like this. And we arm this. Okay. Where is a... do I have any lateral engines at all? With significant amount of thrust, of course. So that's what we had. We had 75 kilonewtons for 0.65 tons. We don't need quite that much for Minmus. So we could do with something lighter. These are monoprop. Actually don't think I've unlocked the standard lateral engines, but of course we could use 2 of these. Let's see, what were the numbers here? That was... KSP is reasonably high. What else do we have? And for Minmus even this should be enough, right? Where are our structural elements? We will need these. And now we can again check for engines. Let's say we use the very tiny ones. Then on Minmus we have a thrust to weight ratio of... okay. Why does it think we have a thrust to weight ratio of 28? That's a little high. I mean, these are just 20 kilonewtons, right? But it says 40 kilonewton, and that's actually way more than we need. So what if we actually try using this setup? Although for the landing it's a little low. If we switch to the other ones, these, then we have the 3 thrust to weight ratio. That's fairly decent for the landing. That was 390, and those have also 390. We are much lower on delta V now, however. That's 75 kilos. I definitely need tools again. And a coupler like this, so a standard junior. Okay. At least this could work. Any other options? I would really prefer something less. That's 0.2, 350, 750, and those are... What if we, instead of this, use only 3 of these? Like this. And move them outward a little, just to avoid any collisions with the claw, because those are dreadful. Okay. Now we have a 2 thrust to weight ratio for landing, which is excellent. 950 meters, which is also okay. The only thing which we need to worry about is actually attaching this to this decoupler. Let's see if we find another kind of let's get rid of the decoupler and use the fairing base, but still the fairing base will not attach. Does this one have interstage nodes? Fairing base, please. Yes. And hey, there's an interstage node, but none of those will. Okay, let's see. Reduce the. Why can't I change the distance of the interstage nodes? Okay. Can lock this there. Yeah, I could move this here, like this. Then it would be... doesn't say whether it decouples if the fairings are gone, however. And I suspect it will... Where is the regular... Let's assume we cannot decouple the fairings until late, which is bad because then we can't exit from there. We increase this to 4 nodes, please. Hello? like this, then we can at least decouple half of the fairing early and the second half later. Yeah, that would work. Okay, let's see. So, assuming we use this, and now that's all done. And okay, these fairings need to go pretty much up here, all of them. Except, actually want this one. Hello, can I select only one of these, please? Okay. Let's start, yeah, this one. These two go into this node. Now I have these. We go here, this way, and we can move this down here. All about delta V now. Should be enough to go to Minmus, and yeah, I just think the delta V numbers up there are now wrong, but that's not an issue. So let's call this Minmus rescue tent. Let's see, so that's 2000, that's almost orbit. We need a little bit more to get into actual orbit. Which means I would need to extend this stage, which I just optimized to have this single tank. But it could certainly accommodate some more fuel. Let's say we add about this much, a quarter, and we have 3700 here. I think that's better. So let's add this. Okay, solid staging, decoupling of the booster engine, some fairings, and then the injection stage, remaining fairings, and the landing engines. Okay. Sounds like a proposal. Let's say we save this temporarily, although I think we will get rid of it later. It's just no use for anything else. Already 20 minutes in and we haven't flown anything. I guess it's time to do some flying. So, Kerbin Orbit Rescue. Let's do that. Who is going to be the pilot for this? MechJebs will go, yeah. Launch, clear, MechJebs. Oh. Okay, let's see. We are here, and our rescue candidates are over there. So probably by the time we've launched, well, whatever, they are in 71 by 84 and That is 83 by 83. So we will launch into a higher orbit and do let them catch up with us. Us going to 71 kilometers just does not really work. So, well, let's say we go to 83 and then enter the phasing orbit from there. We have enough delta V for that. And these... oh, arming until here. Let's go! I forgot this is actually liquid booster, so no reason to zoom out that much. Ascent profile is configured normally. Stage separation. This first stage isn't recovered, so no parachutes or anything there. That's the first stage destroyed. Coming up on fairing separation soonish. A little low for that. What a perfect ascent. Hey, so we even need the orbital stage. But that should be fine. Now, let's see. That's the faster one. That's the slower one, so that one will catch up first. Purposes of 84, so we will go to 84 actually. we'll skip circularization. Well, let's see how far. 3 minutes. No, then let's not skip. Okay, I will use the maneuver node created for circularization, extend that a little bit so that we are phasing, and let MechJeb handle it from there. But first we have to get out of the atmosphere. Okay, done. Now if we use this node and let's say add a little bit, need another maneuver node there, and now we can add here. Oh, whatever. If we just need to pay attention to the burn time. Okay, that's better. So all we need now is... Oh, can I please zoom in? Why? Okay, this, and now we reduce this so that our intercept becomes roughly viable. Okay, around about there, and we will actually keep that node there because it will tell us when to stop MechJeb and execute the fine-tuning. So let's go. I think that's actually the first mission I'm doing with this new rescue stage, and we'll have to see how it performs. And I accidentally delete, well, restore. How about that? Or actually we don't need this one, it's still 3.5 hours out, so we can just go straight for time acceleration. And also let me load the rendezvous info. We should see the closest approach distance going down. After each orbit. And we see them catching up. So 1.5 orbits until there, and then we'll fine-tune the encounter and Then next thing will be to match velocities. Okay, let's remove this and ask MechJebs to create the node, execute and warp. It's over here, so past the point where we actually had planned it, and that's perfect. Our relative velocity is 70 meters, so quite a lot. We don't need to offset this by too much, 0.3 seconds as usual then. I only offset it by more if it's a very low relative velocity, like 30 meters or less, then I need to start offsetting it to account for the, well, offsetting it more than 0.3 seconds to account for the additional delay and the additional time spent in low thrust. Let's see, right there. Excellent. Let's turn the capsule around so our new Kerbal can enter easily. Let's see, who is it? I only does a pilot. Oh, it's one of the combo pilots. Well, we will see whether we keep her. Or maybe I'll just convert her into a regular pilot if she's any good. Otherwise she will need to be grounded for a long time to actually complete that training. So if she's badass, then she deserves to keep that. Okay. Next one is Lugal's part. And I forgot to set this one. Let's see, can I do this from here? Probably not. Oh, I can rename it. Okay. Debris, accept, go, fine. And how do we phase with that one? The maneuver here. Why? Oh. Because I'm in a faster orbit. Okay. So local spot was in a, let's see, 83 by 83. So I definitely need to maneuver and get to a higher orbit again. Then I want a maneuver here. Let's see. That's a little slow. 25. How much do we have left? Oh, I guess we can spend a little more. Let's say 45. Oh. right about there. And now we fix this. Wasn't too bad. Excellent. 0.1 kilometers. And unfortunately we totally missed that node, so let's move that node. Hello, please move that node. Move it by a minute or something. Okay. Check this again. Okay, execute. In 1.5 hours. 1.5 hours actually is a bad timing abort because we have a re-entry in 1.5 hours. So let me change this to 1 orbit later. And let's fix this encounter accordingly. For some reason scroll wheel doesn't work. Okay. Okay, like this. Execute next node. Just in time. Okay, and we have a little leeway on that, so I will call this fine-tune to remind me that this is only the fine-tuning for the encounter. So I know I have a couple more minutes there. Let's say, oh, actually we could maybe, what if we create this node? Okay, this is the fine-tuning burn now. So we should hopefully have landed by then. If not, well, we will have to do something. We still have enough delta V to play around a little, but let's go back to the Space Center in the meantime. And let's see about this Minmus tourist landing mid-course correction burn next. Here, still 5.5 days for this satellite and one of these, and let's move this up. Any upgrade points? Nope. And these can actually scrap. A resupply one, a standard tourist, a couple of these, and I still want to. Well, let's get rid of them right now. We will not be using these anymore at all. I would select launch site. Well, we only have one launch site. Scrap, yes. Scrap, yes. Get rid of a couple more. Hey, we don't need any of those. Okay. And let's have a look at our newest Kerbal, maybe. Oh, what was the name actually? Oh, should be easy to find out. It's assigned. Hello. Pilot EVA, a leader's courage, something, stupidity, not much. And not a badass, from what I can tell from the Gs. So regular pilot. Well, maybe. Let's see. Oh, Lisbro is actually also one of them. That's the one on the Minmus surface, and oh, that's the second one on Minmus surface, and that's the first one on Minmus surface. Completely stupid engineer. We will rescue her, but then, well, she will have to look for a different employer. This one, however, with the really good courage and no stupidity at all, we will keep. let's see. So Minmus landing next. Along here, 2 days. Also, just in case something goes terribly wrong, like exploding craft during loading or something. Good. I plotted any nodes in Minmus orbit? No. Okay. Actually, let's try to focus on Minmus. It was the tourist landing. All slots are full, so can't do anything there. I wonder why I actually choose this orbit. Well, I guess I just wanted to get low enough. Do I have any science instruments here? No, it doesn't have any science instruments. Did I want to go to some biome? I don't remember at all. Or do these tourists require a specific landing spot? And on Minmus, vessel Minmus landed, no coordinates given. Yes. No coordinates required. Okay. Well then, maneuver there. Circularize, add periapsis, create a node, and remove this one. That will be our next activity with the Minmus tourist landing. What's the supply status? Looking good. Base center. I will probably check in the episode where I launched them, why I wanted to... I went for this particular orbit, but I don't think it was anything specific. Now the Minmus science lander, let's check out what this maneuver node is. Minmus tourist landing, Minmus science lander here. That's also only a mid-course correction. Okay. Let's see what's all of that. A equatorial orbit to be able to encounter the Minmus station. Excellent. Okay. Before that, we will have the re-entry. Let's bring back a couple tourists and complete a mission. Or maybe in the meantime, let's check again whether we have any interesting new contracts. Nothing here. And just some launch space station contracts which are popping up every now and then and disappearing if I'm not fast enough. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there, but yeah. Okay, so this is already fully upgraded, and one's also fully upgraded. Didn't I build a new one? I wanted to build a new one. Currently I have not done so. Interesting. It should be in tech, but there is nothing showing there. Okay. Yeah, probably wanted to wait on upgrading, being able to upgrade this. Okay, well, re-entry next. Okay, coming around here. Show me a prediction maybe. Landing somewhere in the middle of nowhere, 55 east, 58 east, that's far from the KSP. So I will just go retrograde, surface, with the pilot, left rod, okay. We can remove the solar panels, they will not do anything. And we have a lot of delta V, which we will be using to improve our descent. Well, re-entry. Okay. Enter the atmosphere, and we have more than 1000 meters per second delta V to reduce velocity before going for the deep part of the atmosphere. Oh, okay, let's get rid of the first stage. Next stage. Even more still visible. I leave a little fuel just for balance reasons, but we are already below orbital velocity, so absolutely no problem for re-entry here. Let's check out the map again. Yeah, KSP is there. We could have burned radial inward to go to an even steeper descent and come closer to KSP if we would care about the refunds, which I don't think we are for this vessel. Let me check how much vessel somewhere the cost. Vessel cost. Yeah, 4000 credit, that's not a lot. Can arm the parachutes. What was the maximum G load? 3.4. Well, I mean, 5.3 tolerance, and this one has 5.4 tolerance. So yeah, 3.4 is relatively high, but it's within limits, I would say. Coming down over grasslands, that's also nice. Hopefully no steep terrain. Let's just go. Although we can pretend to give the tourists a soft landing. Let's see, 120 meters. We're at 4.5 meters, so a perfectly soft landing for the tourists. No, that's fake. Anything we need to do here? No. Well, grasslands. What did I expect? Recover vessel. But with that, I think I will cut the episode here. Or... oh no, we will complete the rescue. I think that's still... after waiting around at the beginning of the video, I guess it's fair to just finish this. 3,000 funds, 50%, yeah, whatever. And tourists, no problem. Love Road actually gained 3 points. So she will have one EVA, okay. Passenger transport and exceptional contracts for tourists, okay, whatever. Let's go to the next maneuver. Shouldn't take long, and then after that I will finish the episode. Cute, auto warp, remove. That was the contract of the tourist flyby. Let's watch this, remove. Okay, great. And relative velocity is 41 meters. So let's say I will actually remove 0.4 seconds here. Like this. Execute, auto warp. Maybe actually one more. So 0.5 seconds. Where are we after this east of the KSP? Well, let's see. Isn't that perfect? Okay. And turning this that way, and actually, let's try it this way. Okay. Switch vessel, another of these. Rename to debris, EVA, board again. Come on, get out, EVA. And that's where we want to go. Oh, great. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Anything? No. Well. And let's go retrograde. Why can't I go retrograde? I have a pilot who's perfectly able to... oh, because of... yeah. To unselect target, please. Okay. Now I'll go to a little bit lower orbit just to avoid crashing into this. And then we will deorbit somewhere around here. Like this. Maybe a little earlier. About there. Okay. Execute next node. And actually the prediction is incorrect because still have the panels out. Retract, retract. I'll just burn a little more. I'll retrograde surface. I want to aim for about 72 degrees, and that should roughly get us to where we want to be. Okay, this way. Destination is 0.50. That's perfect. Okay. Well then, let's go for the atmosphere. We don't have a lot of delta V, so not a lot of flexibility, but it should be fine. And as you can see, MechJebs prediction is changing, continuously changing. We might actually end up a little short, but we will see. It really depends on how much mass the vehicle still has at this point in time, and we are down to 2.4 tons, so probably not the same as my last pinpoint re-entry with this vessel. Yeah, definitely going to end up short. I have to aim for more than 72 next time. Provided it's holding stable at all. With this engine at the bottom, that's always an issue. Definitely ending up short. Let's see, we can do a little bit of that, and that doesn't help. Okay. That's the landing point I would like. And I think now we are past the extent of the runway. Yep, so slightly short of the runway. That's okay. Let's arm the parachutes. There's nothing really to be gained from deploying them late. If it were closer, then yeah, but not like this. But I would still call this a reasonably close landing. Off this off. Anyway, as I said, I will end the episode here, and thank you all for watching, and see you in the next one. Oh, and as always, if you have any comments, just leave them below or in Discord. You know the deal. Bye bye.